Hello everybody. I don't know about whether anybody can hear me yet or anything like that. It's a little bit awkward, this bit, isn't it? Yes, well, I'm just sort of, I see, I've got comments there. That's weird, because so if someone can just give me a thumbs up or something, anybody listening at all. Oh, it's counting there. Right. Okay. Well, I'll start off by saying thank you very much. It's been a wonderful afternoon. All those different acts and seeing all the different people doing stuff for Punk for the Homeless, and I've very much enjoyed seeing the girls from the orphanage doing their poetry. And I wanted to say how much I liked it, and I really liked the idea of doing poems about what you see in the mirror. It's weird to say that for me at the moment because I'm looking at myself in the camera, so it's a bit weird. But yes, I thought doing poems about what you see in the mirror was really intriguing, and I want to write some poems like that, and I think I will. And I just wondered if it's at all possible. I don't know if any of the girls from Sierra Leone are still watching, but if you could send me your poetry, I would love to read it. Sometimes I couldn't quite hear what was being said, and I would love to read those poems. I thought some of them were really, really good. Hello. Alex Hingling is saying hello, and Linus Belcher. I saw you, Lin. I suppose it's a Welsh L. So I don't know how to say your name, is what I'm saying there. Right, I'm going to do my first poem, which is about Nottingham, because I'm in Nottingham. And I think quite a few of the Punk for the Homeless people are in Nottingham, but I'm not too sure about that. Oh, right, I didn't finish what I was saying there. Yeah, so give some money to the Hope Orphanage. That's what we're here for. All this splendid talent, all for free, on your computer, and please give money. Let me do that. So my first poem is called Nottingham Geographical Fugue, which is based on a piece of poetry music that was written for a choir by Ernst Tock, and it uses American and Canadian place names. So it goes Trinidad and the big Mississippi and the town Honolulu, but my one is about Nottingham. Nottingham, and the flowing river Trent, and the arty little Hockley, and the folk of Forest Fields, and the deer at Woolerton, Papplewick, and Ruddington, and Stragglethorpe, and Top Valley, and Calverton. Nottingham, and Beeson, and Chilwell, and Breeston, and Bulwell, and Eastwood, and Risley, and Bestwood, and Aspley, and Langley, and Nuttall, and Lamley, and Cossall, and Notton, and Toton, and Lenton, and Carlton, and Snenton. Tollerton, no Robin Hood in grey Sherwood, no little ships at brave Dunkirk, no Batman heroes in Gotham, no griping tummies in Colic. Nottingham, and the flowing river Trent, and the arty little Hockley, and the folk of Forest Fields, and the deer at Woolerton. That's just a fun one to begin with, because I'm in Nottingham. Now, I don't know what the lockdown has been like in Sierra Leone, so I don't know whether you relate to this. We've all had to, we were in March, all had to, stay at home for a couple of months, which actually I loved, but some people hated. This is called the proper distance, because we had to keep we still do, have to keep 2 meters apart from each other. All the lonely people strolling with their lonely dogs, lonely as clouds, jogging, cycling, or sitting on a lonely bench, shouting over at the next lonely bench, keeping the proper distance, wondering why we never learned semaphore, and a crowd of daffodils nodding at each other, shamelessly disregarding the proper distance, dancing and laughing in the sunshine. Mother Earth loves them, is not threatening them. Mother Earth signalled to us that we were maybe overdoing it a bit. I wonder why we never learned to read her signs. And I'm just doing a few poems about the lockdown. So this is another one, and I thought this is actually written about lockdown, and then I thought some Sierra Leone girls might relate to this because it's sort of about leaving home. It's called Noontime, and it's a prose poem. It's the noontime of the year, and optimistic thistles are releasing fluff seeds. Many-legged spiders, down white, tiny tumbleweeds, leaving home, one by one, blindly riding the breeze, hoping to find somewhere to sleep tonight. A pure sky presses down. The morning of this year has been difficult, and I can't see that the afternoon will be any easier. But thistles are optimistic. This poem is called Lockdown 2020 because I'm actually not very imaginative when it comes to titles for poems. This is written in a kind of Fibonacci sequence. If you know what Fibonacci is, then great, you'll understand that the first stanza has 55 words in it, and it spirals down to 1, and then it spirals out to 55 again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, never mind, it's just a poem. My one piece of exercise, orbiting the houses, rotating a local circuit, winding home to my old loom, the interior merry-go-round, I pirouette towards the spinning wheel that pricks my bubble, sleep in till 11, refuse to listen to the news, the stresses that wind up. Am I wrong to be enjoying this today? Pulled down sleeves glove my hands. I land in a flying spin, circling roundabout, twisting my unfastened hair. I'd have thought by this time I'd have been yearning for something, to have loosened screws. I drift asleep while the brambles knit, the braids unravel, keep myself imprisoned. Whisked by longing, people headed for the beaches. My life has a small compass. Inside my home shell, I'm unraveling, too safe. Would like to be spinning out of orbit. Am I stir crazy yet? Spiraling in control. Tornado or ammonite, coiled, inert, unwhirling. I'm uncurling, unworming my way, a far too controlled unspiraling. My life has such a tight, winding tether. I wish I could know how it feels to be free. Protected or imprisoned in this round turret? Can I unknot, climb down my own corkscrew hair? People headed for the beaches. Keeping them at social distance, I untangle today's embroidery, spooling the strands up small. Branches twine around the windows. Rolling surf waves coil round the bend. I've become unused to the speed of cars. Unfurl my long twisting hair, unpick my looping silks, hack at tendriling briars. Do I really wish I could know what it feels to be free? Can I survive untangled from my small compass? People headed for the edges of the land, the ends of their tethers, then lassoed home, boomeranged, vortexed backwards to paralysis. Thank you. Thank you, Hannah Cogbo. Thank you very much for your message. That poem referenced Penelope undoing her embroidery every day, Sleeping Beauty sleeping in her briars, and Rapunzel up her tower. There were 3 women who were imprisoned. at home, as I felt like I was imprisoned at home at the time. I'm going to read a poem now because we've had a full moon the last few days. I'm a bit obsessed with the moon. I'm a bit obsessed with what goes on in the night sky. And I love the moon. So I've been following it quite keenly for most of my life, actually. And I know that in Sierra Leone you will have had a full moon too. If my understanding of all this sort of thing is correct, you will also have had a full moon a couple of days ago. This is called Nothing. I look at the full moon. The moon looks back. I smile at the moon. The moon doesn't smile back. What are you telling me? Nothing. Nothing in words. The full moon pulls. I want to dive up. What are you telling me? Nothing in words. The full moon reflects. It speaks in light. What are you telling me? Nothing. Nothing in words. A fullness, a brightness, a roundness, a hardness, a coldness, an aloneness. But these are words. What are you telling me? Nothing. Nothing in words. Of course the moon's like that, isn't it? It tells you so much and doesn't tell you anything at all. Okay, this is a poem called Midges. Midges, for the girls in Sierra Leone. Midges are these tiny little insects that come and bite your head when you are in the very northern regions of Scotland. They come out in the summer. They're the most annoying thing in the world. I'm sure you've got more annoying things actually, but they're very annoying. Midges. And I love climbing mountains. I love being in the countryside climbing mountains, and so I meet up with midges sometimes. Reaching the trig point, breathing deeply, the effort of the climb thrilling our lungs, our cheeks. We are free, free space, free wind. We are nothing in space. We forget ourselves. At last, we don't matter. Then the midges gather. Unnoticed at first, slowly congregate, hover around my sweat, surround my sweat, land on my sweat, tiny nipping at the edges of my hair. We matter to the midges. Suddenly we are something. Now we are present, annoyed, complaining, upset, feeling, brought back to the selves we forgot, the selves we'd enjoyed forgetting. That's midges for you. Huh. Alright, this is a very little poem about trust. About a butterfly. Poor old butterfly. I found, before it was warm enough, this is dated March, a butterfly out on the grass, which shouldn't have been there. It's too early in the year for it. Trusting butterfly, believed in the day. It's a lovely morning, she thought. She should have known they were bluffing. Cold dealt, sun lured, wind played the trump card. The rookie butterfly was out of luck, froze on the front garden. Shame, eh? Right, one more poem I think, maybe. This is called Platforms, and it's an acrostic, which means that it spells a word going down that way. Oh, you can't see there. I'm pointing out something to you. It's because it's the wrong way around. It spells platform shoes down there. And it's about my sister, my big sister. Platform 16. York. Pigeons land, peck, flutter. I'm alighting from a long journey. Train station. Frightened, echoey, high-roofed. O-levels finished with. I'm rushing away from home, mad with 16-year-old anger. She wears shoes like Slade. High up on her white platforms, she's the optimistic, university-sure escapee. Her elongated, swishing coat. Sisters meet on the platform. Hug. Good. I think I'm nearly finished. I think I have finished. But I'm going to say, yeah, send money to the Hope Orphanage. Because if you knew a little girl in your life, if you had a little girl, a favourite little girl, or even a big girl in your life, who for some reason no one could look after her and she had to go to an orphanage, wouldn't you be glad if someone gave money to that orphanage? Wouldn't you be proud of those people? Yes, you would. And you can be one of those people. So be one of those people. Give money to the Hope Orphanage. Look after a girl and more girls, lots of girls. And they seem to need mattresses. How horrible to sleep on the floor, huh? Yes. So it'd be great to give some money to the Hope Orphanage. Brilliant. I think I've finished now. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. Shall I do one more? I'll do one more poem. This is about my daughter, okay? Because this is all about girls. So, about my daughter when she was a little girl. Crystal rainbows dance, new colours catch sunlight, swing across flowered wallpaper. Robins sing fluid, pigeons coo throaty, dogs bark bass-toned, wind shushes through tall trees. Chocolate brownies hotly pump through the house. Little girl, her baby hopes, dips a tiny finger into the chocolate smeared bowl. Okay, I think if I just click end live video, that's the end of me. Thank you so much. Hope all goes well. Hope the girls at the Hope Orphanage get their mattresses. And don't forget to send me your poems. I would love to read them. Bye.